day everyone, I am Shaina Aquino and my partner for today is Sir Harvie Atienza from Bsed 2G.
Our topic for today is all about digital divide in the Philippines. So first, what is digital divide? Digital divide refers to the gap between demographics and regions that have access to modern information and communication technology, and thus that don't. Though the term now emphasizes the technical and financial ability to utilize available technology along with access or a lack of access to the internet. The gap it refers to is constantly shifting with the development of technology. When the term was first used in the late 20th century, for example, it described the gap between those who had cell phone access and those who did not. Dito, bilang lamang ang nakakagamit ng digital technology, mga mayayaman lamang ang ilan sa mga nakakagamit ng teknolohiya sapagkat hindi afford o kaya ng tao, kaya nagkakaroon ng advantage ang iba sa paggamit ng mga teknolohiya sa panahon ngayon. Dahil tulad na lang sa mga matatanda, pagka tinuruan sila, mahirap na nilang maintindihan ito sapagkat nahuhuli na sila sa nakasanayan. The concept of digital device was increased in the 21st century. Dito isa naman nasa ekonomiya, sosyal at politikal na buhay ang bawat individual. Because digital divide is the interaction between human and computers has greatly increased as we embark on the 21st century. The ability to access computers and the internet has become increasingly important to completely immerse oneself in the economic, political, and social aspect of not just America but of the world. However, not everyone has access to this technology. The idea of the digital divide refers to the growing gap between the underprivileged members of society, especially the poor, rural, elderly, and handicapped portion of the population who did not have access to computer or the internet, and the wealthy, middle class, and young Americans living in urban and suburban areas who have access. So, digital technologies ay nagbago dahil ang bawat individual ay nakakakuha ng mga bagong impormasyon upang magresulta ng maganda, tulad na lamang halimbawa sa pagkatuto ng mga mag-aaral ngayong pandemya o new modes of learning ay nabago sapagkat dahil sa teknolohiya marami tayong nalalaman ng mga impormasyon at ideya at mas napapadali tayong makakalap ng impormasyon sa paggamit ng internet, computer, devices at marami pang iba. The education sector was transformed into digital age dahil nga sa makabagong panahon. Kailangan na din na sumabay ang edukasyon sa mga teknolohiya na lumalabas upang mapadali ang pag-aaral at pagtuturo. Kaya ngayon, panahon ng pandemya, napakalaki ng pagbabago, lalo na ang kalidad ng edukasyon. Maraming nagbabago sa iba't ibang paraan. Digital divide ay may gaps sa pagitan ng iba't ibang demographics ng tao dahil ito nakadepende sa kung paano nila maintindihan. Meron itong factors kasama na dito ang edad, kung saang bansa nagmula o residente, exposure sa teknolohiya, pagkakakitaan at motibasyon. Halimbawa na lamang ngayon sa mga age ng mga bata, mas nadali silang matututo dahil pagmulat pa lang ng mata nila, cellphone na ang naaalala. They have a variety of factors and they have all impact people in different ways. This is the list of 5 major causes to help you better understanding about digital divide. 5 major causes of digital divide. So the first major causes, you are ready to access the internet, the ability to pay for it. Because when you are using internet or access, you must know the ability to pay for it. Example, Dahil ngayon, lahat ng tao ay may access na sa internet, and according to the internet, we have 40% of the world has ready to access to the internet, and 90% of this online access live in Asia. Napakalaki o dami na nag-access sa internet, so that's why we need to pay for it because internet is most used nowadays. So it is important to know your obligation to pay for it. So, in the mid-1990s ay nagsimula ang educational system kasama ang computer studies bilang sa requirements ng mga estudyante. Ngunit the available funding was affected the ability for educational institution para mabigyan ng computers ang school para magamit ng mga estudyante. Though not everyone gained this kind of access to technology, many people did, which greatly improved their ability to understand technology. So, in learning digital literacy at a younger age are through exposure because nowadays, computer is a part of learning that everyone needs of educational system. Kaya in this time, many of the young people are exposed through internet, digital device, and many more. In the expenses for hardware, dito may gastos din ang hardware including computer, mobile devices, and many more. Dahil ito pwedeng masira, tapos kailangan mo pang magbayad ng internet access. Dahil kailangan mo talaga ng mga mobile devices and computer to utilize the internet. Importante na magkaroon ka ng ganitong mga teknolohiya upang di masayang ang iyong internet access. Motivation is very important to your study and also give time to your learning. Many people don't see technology as necessity, quite simply because human beings have survived thus far without a need for the internet. Many people also feel that they are too busy to take time to learn, or that it would be so complicated that it would take more time to learn and how to use technology than would be worth it, because technology changes. The longer you wait to learn, the larger the gap becomes and the harder it is to keep with the constantly changing trends. Actively followed to the new technology trends in the internet. Sometimes we give time and effort to learn how to use technology dahil gusto pa nating matuto at magkaroon ng mga bagong kaalaman at impormasyon. Thus, we keep learning, read a whole article about things related to what they have just learned, rather than reading the quick instruction to solve a problem and use their spare time to Google things they don't know to learn more.
Our next topic is, what are the impacts of the digital divide? On a global scale, internet access can greatly improve the overall functionality and organization of entire countries. Accessing the internet constantly can help to increase literacy rates, including digital literacy, and help makes connection with the rest of the world more easily. Alam naman natin na madami na ang gumagamit ng internet sa buong mundo. At malaking tulong ito upang magkaroon ng connection sa iba, lalo na sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. At nakakatulong din ito upang magkaroon tayo ng connection sa ibang tao. On a much smaller scale, our own personal lives are so often impacted by technology, new websites and apps, and devices we are expected to keep up with. Nowadays, we all know that technology is really helpful to us, and we are living with that. That's why technology has an impact to our lives. There are several ways that can increase digital literacy to improve daily life living. First, makes daily routine easy, more efficient, and saves time. Alam naman natin na sa pamamagitan ng internet, mas napapadali yung routine natin sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. Halimbawa na nga lang yung katulad ng ganitong pandemya, magkakaroon tayo ng pag-aaral, ng mga modules, imbis na magpunta pa ng school para magpasa ng modules, ay pinapadaan na lang natin ito through internet para mas makaiwas tayo sa COVID para mas mapadali ang pagbabasa at nakakapag-save pa tayo ng time dahil hindi na natin kailangan magpunta ng school. Second, increase connectivity with family and friends on a global scale. So yun nga, nakakatulong yung internet or yung technology para magkaroon tayo ng connection sa ating mga kaibigan, lalo na sa mga malalayong lugar. Comprehension of basic tasks without the need to rely on others for guidance. So yun, isang search lang naman natin sa internet, nakukuha na natin yung mga kailangan nating kunin. Nandun din, meron na rin sa internet na tinuturuan tayo kung ano yung mga dapat nating gawin sa isang bagay. Number 4 and lastly, ability to save money in a variety ways, including with online shopping or completing tasks from home. So yun, sa pamamagitan din ng internet ay nakakasave din tayo ng money. At nagagawa din natin yung mga gawain natin lalo na sa ating pamamahay. Next is, what are the solutions to close the gap of digital divide? Here's the possible solutions. First, actively learn digital literacy on your own and never stop learning. Second, teach digital literacy to others and develop your own curriculum. Third, evaluate your means to access the internet and think of ways to improve it. Number 4, think of ways to integrate technology and digital literacy into your everyday routine. Kinakailangan din natin maglaan ng effort para naman mas lalo tayong mapahusay ang ating kaalaman patungkol sa internet at mas maganda nga din na binabahagi natin sa iba dahil natutulungan tayo nito at sa pamamagitan nito ay tumutulong din tayo sa iba. Next is the nationwide digital divide. An access to ICTs have been revealed to have the capacity to fast-track national development. Effort to increase internet penetration in the Philippines have been expressed by both private and public sectors. Alongside steady and comparatively high gross domestic product growth rate in the country over the past 5 years, with an average of 6.28% from 2010 to 2014. There has been a significant rise in internet penetration rate in the country. Alam naman natin na ang internet sa panahon ngayon ang pinakamadaling access para makakonekta sa iba at sa pamamagitan nga nito ay natutulungan ang ating bansa upang mapaunlad at mapataas o mapalago ang ating mga produkto at ekonomiya. Income inequality and educational opportunities in the country. As one of the emerging and developing countries, the Philippines has been reported to have the highest rate of social and economic inequality in the entire Southeast Asia, according to a report by the ASEAN Trade Union Council in 2011. In the Philippine context, educational inequality is most apparent between the costly private school and free and often low-funded public education in the country, where economic poverty remains a primary barrier to access quality education. In contrast to their private counterparts, a majority of public school remains disadvantaged as they are characterized by high teacher-student ratios, inadequate school infrastructure, scarce instructional resources from trading to digital, and a low degree of teacher training, among others. This has been founded to be the result of lack of government funding and corruption. Hindi natin maiiwasan na magkaroon ng pagkakaiba-iba ng pagtuturo sa pribado at pampublikong paaralan. Ngunit kung ating iisipin, may mga taong nakakapagtapos ng pag-aaral dahil sila ay nagsumikap at hindi naging hadlang ang kahirapan upang maabot ang kanilang mga pangarap. Lagi lang natin isipin na walang mahirap sa taong gustong maginhawa ang buhay. Nasa pribado o pampubliko ka man, kung ang hangarin mo ay maging matagumpay, ikaw ay makakapagtapos at maabot mo ang iyong pangarap. Kung atin ding titingnan ang mga kagamitan, kapasidad at pondo sa pampubliko ay kulang, pero may mga sektor at gobyernong tumutulong upang patuloy na mapaunlad ang edukasyon. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned from our discussion. Thank you and God bless.